Hola, bienvenidos.
Welcome to beautiful Medellin.
Buenos dias, good morning country collectors, and welcome back to beautiful
Colombia. Today we're going to be exploring the country's second largest city, Medellin.
Once considered the most dangerous city in the world, dubbed the murder capital, it has gone through quite a transformation and we can't wait to show you how.
But before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any of our future adventures.
Alright, let's do this. And you're probably wondering how we got here. From Cartagena, we actually flew. Colombia is a massive country. Taking buses will take a long time. From Cartagena here actually takes 14 hours, and we did that the last time we were here and the bus was absolutely freezing. Do you remember that?
I do. Everyone pulled out blankets and covered themselves from head to toe.
So instead we took a 1-hour flight. It cost about $100 and it brought us here.
Once we arrived at Jose Maria Cordoba International Airport, we got a car for 98,000 pesos into town. When you exit the baggage claim, there's going to be a sign that has all of the prices listed, so make sure not to pay any more than what's posted there. Our driver, Juan Gabriel, was so nice. He gave us so much helpful information, as well as a Claro SIM card, which was super helpful. If you'd like to use some of his services, leave a comment below and we will put his number down there. And while we've been filming this, I noticed these funny little red squirrels in the park here. This one has an entire avocado in his mouth. He's just sitting there like running around with it. I don't know how he's gonna open it, but I am rooting for him. This city is actually known as the city of eternal spring, and you are gonna feel it when you are walking around here because the temperature is absolutely perfection and there are so many green spaces for you to enjoy, little parks to hang out in. They have some great workout equipment you'll see all over the place. It's definitely worth checking out.
What a cutie little squirrel. He's literally just jumping from tree to tree. Other squirrels are following him like, hey man, give me some of that, share the wealth.
I just told you to hold on to it for me, not eat it.
Yeah, but while you're here in the city, you're gonna notice how massive it is. Maybe while you're doing your research, you will as well, as there are many places to stay, many areas. There's over 4 million residents in the metropolitan area. So we kind of narrowed it down. We found out that the most popular areas for tourists to stay are El Poblado, Laureles, Medellin, and Envigado.
We are staying here in El Poblado at the Cinnamon Apartments, where we found a nice Airbnb for $42 a night. Our room has a nice open concept with a full kitchen, washer, private bathroom, comfortable bed, TV, and balcony.
And up here on the 10th floor, there's a little gym area and a rooftop, which gives way to these dramatic views of the city. You can see it's located in the valley and all of the buildings and homes run up into the mountainside. It's absolutely gorgeous. And the reason we chose El Poblado is because of its convenient location. Our apartment is just a few minutes away from the metro station, as well as its many restaurants and cafes, which you'll see throughout this video. So what do you say we head more into the center of this neighborhood and see what's going on today?
And I know I already mentioned the green spaces, but when you're walking around, they are so hard to miss. Like this behind me here, even the apartment buildings are covered in beautiful plants. Right over here on my right, there's also a plant nursery, and right in front of me is a park.
We have just taken a couple of steps into Parque de la Presidenta. At the beginning here, there is a really nice restaurant. It's called the Bread Factory. It's packed right now. It's Saturday morning, so people are enjoying a nice breakfast together. There's a little stream that runs through here. I also heard on Sundays there's a farmer's market that's hosted here in the park from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. And I just gotta say, as we've been walking and noticing the tree-lined avenues and all this greenery, it reminds me of Roma and La Condesa in Mexico City. Maybe you can see it.
Like most big cities, there is a huge disparity between the socioeconomic classes here. So when you leave this neighborhood, you're gonna notice it, but even inside, you're gonna see homeless people sleeping in the parks and along the river. It's just a stark reality of today's world.
And you know us, we like exploring every aspect of the city, so we recommend you get out of this area. You can feel very comfortable here, as you know, it has stores, restaurants, they even got a Hooters here, you know, like stuff that you might be used to back home, but that's not why you travel. Get out, take the metro, go explore like the real Medellin, see how the people live so you can really appreciate it and get just an enriching experience.
And as we're about to exit the park, I looked over and I was like, are those coffee plants? Colombia is actually known as one of the best coffee producing countries in the world. So they have them in their park here. They even have some mature red berries on here. I am loving it, but it did get me craving a nice cup of joe. So we are gonna go and check out one of the many nice cafes here, but the one we chose is very special. It's called Cafe Noir, and I think you're gonna love it. Now let's head over.
As you can see, we are sitting nice and comfortably. We just took a step into Cafe Noir, and let me tell you, it feels like we've been transported into like this French layer.
It is so cool in here. When you walk in the door, it's dark and moody. They have leather couches and crystal chandeliers, just surrounded by this music that's kind of like pumping and very
like soothing
hip.
too.
Oh, very. And then as you walk through, they have a full bar that's very cool. And then down the steps, you walk into this like atrium. It's this beautiful open air spot with couches and this linen kind of hanging down. Great light, lots of plants. It's someplace you want to sit and enjoy yourself.
And we just ordered a couple drinks and something to eat, so we will show you it when it arrives. And to start us out, they brought us some little napkins. And you know what this reminds me of? The movie Spy, when Melissa McCarthy
She's like,
put it in her mouth.
Appetizers.
Yeah, this is not an appetizer. It's a little napkin, and let me tell you, it smells amazing. And what just happened in front of us is like, let me have Adam explain it.
Mind-boggling. He set down our food and our drinks, and then he took this, he has like this little container with water in it, and he took out a thermos. He dumped it in, and all of a sudden there was that like smoke all over. It was dry ice, and it's created quite an experience.
I know, wow. This is very, very cool.
We got some deviled eggs that look absolutely devilishly delicious. Heidi got a matcha mint tea, and I got the 24 karat gold cappuccino. Yes, there's actual 24 karat gold flakes on top, and they spell out noir.
Oh my gosh, I feel like we never do stuff like this, so it's like quite a little treat.
I mean, it's fancy, it's elegant. I am so excited to try this, and I'm even more excited that you're here to experience it with us. We are gonna start with this probably once in a lifetime coffee I'm having right here. You can see that gold on top. I am so excited. It's nice and hot. Let's jump in. Wow, the coffee is bold. The gold gives it a nice little shiny kind of flavor.
Okay.
But it's actually really delicious. I love the cup too. It's all so fancy, and I think it just kind of enhances the whole experience.
Which is so true. You know, when you go to a place, the presentation is a lot of it. They also say that, you know, with people, if you put yourself together in the morning, you're gonna feel better throughout the day. You know, I curled my hair a little bit today, and I can say I do feel better.
Me too. I actually curled mine right after her. I think it looks great, don't you?
We saw this lady the other day. She had a shirt on that said, "Dress to impress yourself," and I was like, I like that. Don't dress to impress others around you. If you have to do that, you're surrounding yourself with the wrong people, but dress nice to just enhance yourself, to make yourself feel better. Well, I am gonna try my drink, and then, you know, we gotta jump into these eggs. That matcha mint tea was absolutely delicious, super refreshing. It's time to jump into these deviled eggs right here. And I'm sure some of you at home are like, why would you get deviled eggs at a fancy restaurant? But for me, this is like very nostalgic of being back home. Holidays, you know, you always have the deviled eggs, and they go so quick. You gotta get in before, you know, someone gets the last one.
Especially if I'm there.
Yes, especially if Adam is there. So yeah, let's taste this out. Delicious, creamy. There's a lot of great spice. As you can see, that has some bacon bits on top. I know Adam wants me to say this. These are excellent.
Oh, good one, babe. My turn, and this looks exactly like what I was looking for.
You know, he's excited that there's so many egg puns.
Wow.
Was that one bite?
That was one bite.
Oh
I like to get it all in there so you can get all the flavors kind of mixed together. Excellent. Definitely excellent. And if you're here on a Saturday or Sunday, they also do a brunch from 9 until 3 for 120,000 pesos. That is 3 courses with unlimited sangria and mimosas. Unlimited.
Yeah.
Come on.
Could be a bit dangerous.
And the menu is super cool.
And let me tell you, the experience doesn't end with the food. Look at how the bill came in this beautiful little box. How do we open it up? Look at that on the inside. Incredible. Look how pretty that is.
As much as we don't want to leave, because we could definitely spend the entire day here, there's lots more to do and show you today. So why don't we head out and see what we can find. And it might be hard to tell right now because it is the morning, but this area around where Cafe Noir is where the nightlife happens. There are so many different bars and discotheques right here. We are going to be coming back tonight to enjoy ourselves right here. There's even one that is called Bourbon Street. There's some beads in the window, so be careful. You start throwing beads at me, I might take my shirt off. I'm not making any promises.
And this park here is called Parque Arvi. It's in the center. Surrounding it are a lot more discotecas and restaurants. Looks like they are doing a ton of work here. You can hear it jackhammering. 1 second. As I was saying, there's a lot of construction going on. It looks like they're doing sort of a revitalization. They're painting these side streets with these beautiful murals. Looks really nice. Just across from the park is Calle Diaz. It's the main road that runs through El Poblado. You can see it is extremely busy here. I did want to point out though that art is everywhere in this city. It's on the ground, it's on the buildings, it's on the walls. When people close their shops up and pull down the security thing, there's even more art on it. It's absolutely beautiful, so keep those peepers peeping. And right off of Calle 10, you will find Mandangos. It is absolutely packed in there. It's supposed to be one of the best places to come down and get some traditional Colombian food in the area, so you might want to check it out. And just up here by the highway, there's another little park. This is called the Parque del Poblado. It's a nice meeting point. It seems like there's a lot of locals just hanging out, enjoying time with one another. In front of us here, there's also a little market. I don't know if it's here just on the weekends, but they're selling some nice souvenirs. And then you can also see the parroquia here, the main Catholic church. It was built in 1616, which makes it over 400 years old. Down over here, there's another little walking street with a bunch of restaurants, and we're here in Medellin. You know, we gotta have the national dish. It is called bandeja paisa, so why don't we head over and try it out. And as we're walking down to the restaurant, we're noticing all these restaurants outside in the street set up with umbrellas. There's a few people outside having a good time, but there are a ton of empty tables. It's a Saturday. We're just wondering, where is everybody? I mean, maybe they were out last night having a good time till early in the morning, yeah, so they're still in bed? Yeah, maybe that's it, but yeah, I don't know. It's just a little odd, don't you think? Mm-hmm. Well, it seems we have found all the people there here at La Matriarca, and this was where we were gonna go, but we walked in and talked to the hostess, and she asked if we had a reservation, which we don't, and she told us they don't have a table available for us. We see a lot of available tables, so I don't know, maybe they only run on reservations. I'm not too sure, but don't you worry, we have an alternative. It might be not the most normal one, but it's really cool. We've been there before, so come with us. And you know, we were talking and I was kind of pouting because I wanted to go to that restaurant, but it's just a lesson. Everything isn't always gonna go your way, so don't sit in those feelings too long. There's always a solution to the problem, and sometimes it takes you to an even better spot. Like, check out this tree behind us.
There are all of these incredible yellow flowers just kind of showering down from above. It can't happen more than once or twice a year, I would guess, so we are so lucky. Look at that, we saved one for you.
And yeah, if we, you know, had a table there, we wouldn't have come this way to see such a beautiful spectacle.
Incredible. Now let's head down and grab some food.
Welcome to where we are eating. Yes, we are in the supermarket right now. This is called Éxito, and one of my favorite things when we go to a new country is checking out the grocery stores, and this one is incredible. They have a place to go shopping for clothes. They have a big cosmetic section, tons of food, imported food, really nice quality stuff. And over in the back, there's a little market where you can get some fresh, warm dishes. So why don't we head over there and get that?
I know it's a little bit loud in here, but we have made it to La Cocina, and it is busy, as you can see, for good reason. They have great prices and delicious flavors. I got my dish right here, the bandeja paisa, and it looks absolutely delightful. There's chicharron, ground meat, beans, we have an avocado, plantain, 2 types of sausage, egg, arepa, and it all comes over a bed of white rice. I am absolutely looking forward to jumping into this.
And Adam and I were just talking, and we said, I'm sure if we got this same plate at La Matriarca, it would have probably been double the price, but the quality would have probably been better. Here they serve their salchichas are kind of like hot dogs. Over there, I'm sure they're serving up some nice chorizo. So I think it just depends, you know, where you go, the quality is gonna change. But here, you can't beat this. It's $5 and you don't need a reservation. Well, we have one more place to take you to today. So we're gonna finish up and we'll meet you over there.
Hey, hey, we have almost made it down to the metro station, which you can see right here behind me. But I wanted to mention that on the way, we started to notice a significant change from where we were earlier today. You probably noticed that there wasn't anyone selling stuff on the street, no vendors. When you come down here, you start to get that Colombian flavor that we were missing before. There's vendors, there's people performing. We actually saw a DJ underneath an overpass who was mixing up some sick beats. Heidi even went over and started doing a little dancing with him. It was really cool, and I feel like these are the places you have to come if you really want to experience a place, especially here in Medellin. It's easy to get caught up in like the fancy spots and going to the fancy restaurants with the big buildings, but this is the grit. This is what makes Colombia, Colombia.
And Adam just mentioned that Metro, we are here at the El Poblado station. This is our last stop for today. The Metro system here in Medellin is one of the best we have seen, and it's one of those things that the city has done really well. They have allocated funds to improving the infrastructure here for transportation. The Metro system not only includes the train, but also the Metro cables and the buses. You can see all these people here. They're heading up the steps to go get on one of those trains right now. It's also very cost effective, which is great. And whenever a city does that, puts the money into, you know, the infrastructure, it's a win-win for everyone because it brings people to opportunity. You live far away, now you can get places, you can get to a job instead of walking, which you'll see in just a little bit. The other day we actually used the train to go to Comuna 13. Check it out. Comuna 13 used to be known as the most dangerous neighborhood in all of Medellin.
But today it has gone through a complete metamorphosis that has turned it into one of the most popular tourist destinations here in the city.
The other day we actually went over there. We booked a tour with Get Your Guide. It was $18 each. We met our guide Camilo. Hi Camilo, over at the Poblado station.
He gave us a brief overview of what we'd be doing for the day. Then he took us down into the metro. We hopped on 2 trains, then went over to a metro cable car that took us up into Comuna 13, where we got a beautiful view of the city down below.
Up there, he also did an overview of the history. He talked about how the city became so dangerous and then what happened, that change, that catalyst for change that created this transformation.
Then in 2004, they built the cable cars that changed everything. It allowed people to have the opportunity to come down to the city much quicker than they could before. It used to take 6 hours round trip to come down to get to work. Now they could do it in less than a half an hour, which kind of started how everything could be better there.
Yes, it's remarkable just to see how much infrastructure can change a city and the outlook of the people here. After that, we went down into the arts district. This is where it got really colorful. There we got to see a bit of the city up close and where the people live.
We walked through the winding streets. There was so much art everywhere and these little spaces that they created where people could just relax. We even got to go on some cool, colorful slides, and there was a message everywhere you looked. It wasn't just colorful paintings. They were things that meant something, like you see an elephant. The elephant means remember the past. You see colibri or hummingbirds everywhere, which mean keep moving forward, always be moving. And the jaguar, which is bravery, because it took bravery to go from what they were to what they are today. It's just so incredible when a place uses art to transform it. This was a place that people were terrified to go to. People didn't even want to live there. They only lived there because it was the only place they could go, and now people are lining up to go in. It was so beautiful to see that.
And while we were down there, we got to catch a couple of shows. There were some freestyle rappers. They were so good.
I mean, incredible. We went down and they asked us to say a word, whether it was in English, Spanish, French. They took the 15 words we said and then they freestyled some really impressive rap. They each did their own, and I was just like, what?
Blown away.
What? You should definitely check a little bit out of it right now.
Yeah, this is the name. Thank you so much. Hey, everybody put your hands up. Hey, yo, everybody put your hands up. Hey, sí, everybody put your hands up. En 3, 2, 1, let's go. Igual con mi gente, con flow de violín. Bienvenidos desde Denver con el flow a Medellín. Mírame, mano, seguro yo que en el flow soy el king. Aún para Francia, bienvenido de Medellin. Ella mi hermano como suena en Inglaterra. Voy con Filadelfia, no es la guerra. Voy con New Jersey, I'm Belgium. Mira ya mi hermano con el flow soy el king.
After the rappers, we moved on to the dancers. There was this little group there. They moved so quick. It was just fun watching them groove.
I definitely can't move that fast.
No. And then we walked up to one of the bars that overlooked more of the barrio, and we shared a drink with some locals and one another. It was just a really nice way to sort of end the day.
After we left the bar, he brought us back to where we started at the Poblado station and said goodbye for the night.
Yeah, it was such a great way to spend the day. And I really, you know us, like a lot of the time we like to do stuff on our own. We would have normally just went there on our own, but it was great to have a local guide to give us that history, you know, that lesson.
Absolutely. If you'd like to take this tour, we'll put a link down below where you can sign up and do it yourself, and we do highly recommend it.
Yes, you will enjoy it.
And if you're looking for another place to go on the metro, we highly recommend going to Parque Arvi, where we wanted to take you, but we are out of time for the day. So we'll see you over there tomorrow morning.
Good morning, country collectors, and welcome back to beautiful Medellin.
We hope you wore your walking shoes today, because where we're going, you're gonna need them.
To get to Parque Arvi, we're gonna have to take a few modes of transport, starting with the metro and then transferring to metro cables. I just went inside and bought our tickets. This is the Civica card here. It costs $10,000, and then on top of that, we had to pay for the metro and the cable cars. So altogether, it was $73,200 for the both of us, which is about $8 for this trip there and back. So why don't we head in, hop on line A. It's gonna take us to the Acevedo station where we're gonna depart, and then we'll catch that metro cable. Come along.
Wow, that was fun and easy.
I know, it took about 20 minutes to get here to the Acevedo station. Now we are gonna follow the arrows for the green line K that are gonna take us to the metro cable. We're gonna take that to Santo Domingo, and then we're gonna have to transfer to another metro cable. It's gonna be line L up to the park. So come along. And can I just mention again how wonderful this metro, this transport system here is in Medellin. You can see all the people coming to and from home and work. Just, I think, very progressive of a city to think about something like this.
It's clean, convenient, and safe, but make sure that you are keeping a conscious mind on your possessions. And unlike other places where like people get off the train before people get on, everyone kind of goes at the same time here, so be prepared when you get to your stop.
Yes, be standing up before it stops and move off quickly.
And we're off. We are on this beautiful gondola, kind of rocking back and forth. The other day our guide told us if it's rocking, that's a good sign. When it stops, be worried.
And look around here, you can just see, you know, people living their lives. You can see the local neighborhood down here. It's really nice view.
And what I love about it is that a lot of the times you'd have to go someplace and pay a lot of money to take a gondola ride like this, but this is their public transportation. This is how people get to and from work. So you're getting a beautiful view and you're getting where you need to go.
And you can see the city behind us. Actually, we could see Comuna 13 in the distance and all the homes just running along right here. We asked this lovely gentleman here. He said this neighborhood is called Poblado. So yeah, we're just enjoying this lovely ride. The next stop we're gonna get off at, it's called Santo Domingo, and then we gotta transfer to line L. We have made it here to the Santo Domingo station. We almost got off at the wrong one, and this guy that was luckily in there with us was like, no, you got a couple more stops.
No, you have 2 more. It ended up taking 3 stations to get up to here. And now we are gonna transfer over to the next one that will take us up to the park.
Yes, line L, here we come. Ooh. We got this one to ourselves.
I like it, a little private ride up to the top.
Maybe a couple of sneaky little kisses.
Ooh. And judging by the windows right here, which are a little bit wet, it looks like it might be raining up there, but don't worry, we brought a raincoat and an extra one for you.
Because you can see the climate's changing.
It's true, I mean, we're actually going so high up. When you look down now, the city is way down below, so the climate is different up here.
And it's so windy.
Ooh.
Wow.
And what's so cool, we're heading so far up that you can actually see the landscape changing as well. It's gone from city to more farmland and forest. You kind of get a little bit of everything up here.
There's a cow.
Oh. And now we're just going through the center of this forest. They've like cut a line through it and it's so beautiful. There are trees everywhere. It's so green and the temperature has dropped at least 10 degrees.
It's got like a little moody, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Little moody.
and we are just approaching the station here. Altogether, it took 1 hour. It was fun, easy, self-explanatory.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and beautiful. So let's get off. We're gonna have to put those jackets on and start exploring.
We made it.
Welcome to Parque Arvi. That was so much fun.
It was, and right now there's a slight little mist and the temperature is absolutely perfect.
Soaking it all in. To our right here, there's an information booth. So when you come, you can go over there and talk to one of the people who work here. They were really sweet.
Very friendly. They spoke great English. He walked us through some of the options here for doing hikes. There's multiple parks inside the park, and you can do a whole bunch of stuff. So today, we're just gonna be exploring this one right here, doing the free walking around. Right in front of me, there's also a little market that has some food and souvenirs that you can buy. They also had some winter hats, so in case you get cold, you can keep yourself warm.
I think on the weekends, it's definitely more lively. The market is a bit more bustling, but if you want it quiet like it is, definitely come during the week. It is open every day except for Monday from 9 until 6. Well,
and activities stop at 3:30, so make sure to get up here early so you can really enjoy yourself.
Well, let's go do just that.
And while we were walking through the market, we decided to be on the safe side and grab a little snack to fuel up before we head in. We got some arroz con leche with a little raisins in there. And I got a cafe con leche because it's, with this cooler temperature, it's so nice to have that little warm.
I know, you've been having iced coffees since we've been here.
This is so nice. Now let's jump into this pudding.
Wait, you don't drink it.
Well, I did.
And arroz con leche is something that I definitely wouldn't eat back home, this rice pudding, but ever since going to Mexico, I've absolutely fallen in love with it. So whenever I see it, especially when it's homemade, I jump at the opportunity to try it. You can taste it's made with love, a little bit of cinnamon in there. Absolutely delicious. Well, we're gonna finish this up and then go check out the trail map right over here. Okay, oh my goodness. It's been about an hour since we last talked to you. You can see the sun is out now. But let me just tell you, it's a bit confusing when you come up here. So let us break it down for you.
So we were under the impression that you can go on the hikes for free, which you can. However, when we were looking at the trail map, we read on a sign next to it that said, only hike the trails with guides for your safety. So we spoke with one of the guides and he said, it is free, but there have been some robberies along the way. And I guess someone stole the signs recently, so it can be hard to find the trails as well. So the other option you have is to pay $50,000 for internationals and $15,000 for nationals to come up and get a guided tour of whatever trail they're going to at that point. Or what we're gonna do right now, right here, they have a trail that actually goes, it's about a 1.5 hour hike through here. They have 4 trails. You pay the same $50,000, but you can guide yourself and just kind of go and enjoy the forest safely. And as you know, safety comes first.
Yeah, it's within this area here, so it is very safe. Like the other trails will go through fincas, farms, so there can be outsiders there. So we are just, like Adam said, we're gonna pay the $50,000 each, which is kind of expensive, but we're already up here and we want to take a little hike, do a self-guided hike here, so come along. As you can see, we purchased our tickets here and we were just led through the gates down to this little map. This lovely gentleman just explained to us the route. We're starting here at 2. We're gonna make our way over to 8, around to 10 and 11, and then back to 2. There is a tower here. He said it's a great place for viewing birds. I heard there's over 70 species of birds in this area here. This is about 4 kilometers. Like Adam said, it's gonna take like an hour and a half, probably longer. We tend to go at a slower speed, just soak it all in. There's nobody around us in here. I haven't seen anyone since we've came in, so it's nice and tranquil. So let's get this day started.
And I'm already loving it. Just at the beginning, they have some informational signs. This one is in both Spanish and English. This is about orchids. There are almost 4,300 species found here in Colombia and 140 right here in this park. So keep those peepers peeping because you might see some beautiful flowers. I was keeping those peepers peeping and we spotted these. I don't know if they're spores or eggs on the underside of this leaf here.
Yeah, it reminds me of those candies that come on the paper and you peel them off.
They're in like those rainbow bright colors. And
don't eat these ones though.
Thanks for letting me know. Check it out. This bird just landed on this tree branch up here. It's got this really bright red belly, but when it puts its wings down, it's dark and really blends into the forest.
Oh, it's so pretty.
And look at this. It looks like a heart.
Oh, it does. You know, nature is always giving back some love, isn't it?
It sure is, and we love nature back.
And speaking of love, we would love to give a shout out to our newest patrons,
Naomi and Lisa.
Hi you two, we hope you're doing well. Thank you so much again for joining our community.
We mean it from the bottom of our heart, and you made today possible, this beautiful hike, walking through nature right outside of this incredible city. It's all because of you.
Yeah, this hike is dedicated to you. We hope you enjoy it. And if you would like to join our Patreon community, we'll put the link in the description below. Well, all right, let's keep going. What is this?
It's one of those orchids. It looks like it was just born right there.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And it looks like they bring these out here and tie them to the trees.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like these mushrooms that are along here are definitely naturally here, but they're putting these here and then they will attach to the tree and it'll just continue to grow and we'll have orchids everywhere.
Oh, I love that.
And I was just like, why am I so out of breath? We've literally taken 2 steps in here. But then I remembered we're up here between 2,200 and 2,600 meters. So the altitude, you know, we are quite high. Looks like right over here is the tower, that viewing platform. So let's head up and see if we can find anything.
So we can hear the birds, but we're not really seeing any up here. There are some circling way up above, but there's this one solo branch out here that I'm just picturing like an eagle or a hawk on, waiting to find some prey down in the forest.
You can imagine it. Use that childlike wonder.
That's right. I love the perspective that you get from being up here. You can really see how many different species of trees there are. It's like every single one is completely different. It's really beautiful. But we have a lot more hiking to do, so let's keep going.
And check this out right here. We just stumbled upon this garden. There's some signs around talking about it. It's called the Aromatic Plant Garden. And we learned that a lot of these plants and herbs like lavender, oregano, they're great in gardens because their smell confuses insects that cause plagues. I never knew that. And also they're really handy in the kitchen as well to spice some dishes up.
And look what we found right here. These are alcachofa or artichokes. I've never seen an artichoke like grown up before.
Grown up.
Yeah, you know, grown up. Like
yeah,
we are.
how it grows. I never knew that it grew like this either. I mean, look at that.
That's right.
That's so cool in this big stalk. Hey, now we know.
And remember, when you eat an artichoke, you take a little bite. Stick you in the finger if you don't hold it right.
I never heard that.
Take a little nibble, throw away the rest. Enough left over for a Google birdie nest. Artichokes, artichokes,
Oh my gosh, I've never heard that, Adam. Where did that come from?
It's a childhood song.
Childhood song. Have you heard that? Let us know if you have in the
It
comments.
was Raffi. Raffi used to sing that song. He was like my bread and butter growing up.
Not me. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Thank you, Adam. Always our entertainment.
When you wake up in the morning, it's 1:45.
Here he goes
and
again.
You want to have a little fun. You brush your teeth. You brush your teeth. And this little tour is way more than I expected. We came around the corner from that garden and it looks like there's a greenhouse here with a bunch of colorful plants inside. Let's go check it out.
Oh wow, this is so pretty.
Look how bright these are. This reminds me of that orchid garden in Monteverde that we went to.
Yeah, in Costa Rica.
So colorful.
Lovely.
There's a few blooming in here that are big and some really tiny ones too. Look how cute that is.
Yeah, you gotta really look for that one, don't you?
Oh.
All right, let's keep going.
We just made our left at signpost 5 and 6, and now we are on this larger trail. There's a lot of roots crossing it, so you gotta watch your step and be careful. You see a lot more deciduous trees, or is that
Coniferous.
Coniferous
trees.
Yeah,
the ones with cones.
Pine cones, yeah. Oh, this is nice. It reminds me of back home.
We've made it to marker number 8, which means we're going to be heading right down this trail here. Let's do it.
And check out this beautiful plant right here. It looks like flowers are gonna come out of the pink here, that little like periwinkle color. My childhood bedroom used to be that color. It's so pretty. I love those colors together just are so vibrant, you know, with all the green around us. It really stands out. So lovely.
It almost has like that cotton candy pink kind of color to it.
Let me take a bite. Ow.
Hey,
same flavor too. And for this next little part, we just want you to enjoy this. So take a deep breath. We're gonna put on some nice calming music and have it as a perspective as you're walking through this little trail. So please enjoy. How was that? Do you feel a bit more grounded? I know for me, always getting back to nature, my shoulders relax, my jaw relaxes, you know, it just makes me feel so much better. In this day and age, it's hard to take time for ourselves, have that self-care. So that's a little of us giving back to you. Hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, let's just keep moving along. And I think up ahead is a little picnic area. So we're gonna sit down. We got a little treat to enjoy with you.
Check it out, I got a little mariposa friend on my hand here.
So cute. Must have sensed a good soul. Or you're just so sweet.
I am pretty sweet.
And oh my gosh, up here in this tree above us, I just heard this like rustling or ruffling of feathers, and I looked up. It's a massive horned owl. Oh my God, you see it moving? Whoa, that's amazing. What a really neat sighting. I mean, it was really far away, so we don't have the best footage, but that was massive.
Huge owl, and all thanks to Hawkeye Heidi here.
Well, he moved. I saw him moving.
He did it, and he itched his little
Does that mean I'm
face.
more of a predator than he is?
Ooh, maybe. Watch out for this one.
And it looks like we have made it to the picnic area. Really cute. They got some picnic tables behind us here. So we're gonna sit down and enjoy our little snack together.
And of course, when you show up in the picnic area, some very smart dogs here have shown up as well, hoping for a little treat.
They're so cute.
They look really healthy too.
Well, their owner must be behind them somewhere.
They might be wild dogs.
No. Hola. Aww.
And I guess they were wild. They're just going off together. Hey, I love that companionship. We've just been enjoying some empanadas. There's some potatoes and carne in there. What'd you say it was reminiscent of?
It's almost like the corned beef hash that comes out of the can. That's one of my absolute favorite foods.
Yes, we got those back at the little market. And Adam, show them your,
Oh.
it's not carrot cake, but
It's
carrot bread.
Look at those pieces of carrot in there.
Try a bite.
Ooh,
See how it is.
don't mind if I do.
Is it
Ooh.
is it corn carrot bread?
It is corn carrot bread, and it's just so moist and soft. Mm.
That's wonderful. Well, yeah, we're gonna sit here and finish these up, but before we do, we would like to say our goodbyes to you. Man, Medellin, you are one incredible city, and we just scratched the surface.
It is huge. I mean,
Yeah.
almost 4 million people live here. That's crazy. And like the surrounding areas and stuff, like especially up here looking down on it.
Yeah,
It's
coming
just
up
massive.
on the cable, on the metro cable, it's just like goes and goes in every direction.
Up the mountains, around the mountain, like yeah, just so beautiful, so cool. We're so glad that you came along to explore this city. And I mean, what what a new city. They have like that incredible the metro. Getting around was easy. The people were nice. There's so much to do, so much to see, so much food.
I know, and I like that we stayed in Poblado, so you see that like commercial side of things. It's the more wealthy area. Then we went to Comuna 13, learned all about the history there. You saw, you know, where it was and then where it is now, is that sort of transformation. And then coming up here and being in the wilderness, yeah, we got to see a lot of the different aspects and sides of the city. So thank you so much for joining us.
It would have been nowhere near as much fun if you hadn't been here to share it with, so thank you for that.
Yes, if you enjoyed this video, please give us a big thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to
Ding, ling, 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 the bell.
We'll see you
Next time.
Adios.